Hey, we're joined by UCF coach Katie Abrahamson Henderson. Coach, thanks for joining us. We have a few people here with us. Let's take an opening statement from you, if you would, your thoughts on the game and advancing in the tournament, and then we'll open up to questions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for the ladies. You could tell that we kind of had the first game jitters out there a little bit, but because we're a really good defensive team and we're number one in the country and holding people scoring down and in the conference, I mean, I really felt like our defense really, kept us going strong in the game and kept us in the game. So very, very proud of them. We had two post players step up that don't normally play, and Janaea Walker and Destiny Thomas when Moss and Brittany were in foul trouble, and those are our key defenders. Brittany and Moss not having them in the game. So I'm very proud of the other players stepping up. And then I thought Cortasia and Diamond just played exceptional in the second half. Defensively, they got some steals on the wing. They were pressuring the wing. They weren't allowing the ball to even get into the paint, and they got some steals. Diamond had 5 and Tay had 3 steals in the second half. So that, I mean, we just really turned our defense up, and obviously, very proud of them as a whole, just playing together as a team.
Great. We'll take questions for Coach, please. Feel free to just fire away. Questions? Again, just unmute yourself if you're going to ask a question.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you. I was like, Steve, I know you're going to talk here soon. Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
You know that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more about Destiny's play tonight. 8 points, 11 rebounds. She looks so good on the little screen I was watching the game on.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny's the type of player when her teammates need her help, she is like almost like the movie Blind Side, where she's going to step up for them, And so when Moss went out with 2 fouls, I mean, Destiny knows how important Moss is for us defensively, offensively, and everything. And when Brittany got a quick foul in the first 2 seconds of the game, Destiny knew that we were going to call her name because she's going to have to rebound. She's going to have to play defense. She's going to have to, be physical with their post players down there. So she really stepped up. Very proud of her. We've really been working on her in practice, knowing what her job is. And her job is to play defense and to rebound every single ball. And she had 7 offensive rebounds tonight. 7. That's big. That's big for her. So, and then obviously she had 4 defensive, but when she can glass clean like that all game long, that's a lot of work, because you still have Brittany, you still have Moss that goes in rebounds, even Janaea Walker got some offensive rebounds, and she's 6 foot. So that's all hustle plays, but Destiny really stepped up for us tonight.
Coach, congratulations on the victory. In the post game on TV, Diamond was asked what her favorite part of playing. Is it the offense, scoring points, steals, blocks? And she smiled and she said, playing defense. And I couldn't help but think you'd probably like that answer.
Yeah, but obviously she was a great defender in high school too. And they full court pressed the whole game. And she was that, just that tough, gritty player in high school. And that's when I, first got here, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love her, and defense is a passion. Defense is something you want to do. There's not a lot of kids today at any level that want to play defense. They all want to play pretty basketball. And, she loves defense, and her and Tay, I mean, she got 5 steals today, just playing defense. But Diamond does a lot more than just play defense for us. She's our point guard. She's our 2 guard. She's talking. She's running the show. She can draw fouls. She hit some big shots tonight. So Diamond's not just about defense. Diamond's a great player for us.
Defensively on Thomas, once again, limiting her paint touches. She had 13 points, way below her average, 12 shots. Just talk about that, considering the foul trouble you had. You still able to control her there for the game? Well,
we controlled her because our guards pressured the ball, and they didn't let them look around and pass and pass and pass. And honestly, she wasn't moving and working like she normally does. She looked like she was getting frustrated with her teammates that they weren't getting her the ball. And I credit our guards once again. That's Diamond. That's Anna did a great job of pressing the ball. Lish did a great job of pressing the ball. Tay, I mean, even Asia Todd, when she came in as the guard, and then, we were just doing a good job of pressing the ball and not letting them look around and give her easy passes, that's, and limiting her touches was one of our definite game plans. But every time we've played against them, we've been able to limit her point production because our defense is just stifling on their guards and any of their perimeter players.
Coach, this was a team that you swept in the regular season series. Did you come at them with the same game plan that you did, or did you sort of switch it up for this game?
No, it was the exact same one. We definitely wanted to do that. I mean, I think defensively, they switched it up a little bit on us, playing a little bit of zone, a little bit of man, and they were trapping lists. They were doubling our post players, is a huge compliment to our post players. And when you get doubled, that's a compliment. That means they're a little intimidated by you. And in the fourth quarter, with about 6 minutes to go, they stopped doubling Moss, and you see how she got loose, and she was scoring and getting some and one. So their game plan was a little different to double our post players, which I tell our post players all the time. That's great. That means you're highly respected.
I'm curious, playing on the court. I know that from the protocol standpoint, you don't literally get to practice on the court. You actually play. You got to practice on a separate court. What is that like? And was there some nerves from an offensive standpoint because of that? Because you're taking a little while to get used to the court.
Yeah, I think the teams that played yesterday had a huge advantage, especially we didn't even shoot free throws. Like clearly it was not very good, and the rims are really tight. And so now that we're used to it, we kind of understand it, and that's kind of what's happening with both men's and women's team being here. There's not a lot of time to practice on the main floor. To be honest, Eric, it looks exactly like Mohegan. I mean, the floor is the same. It kind of looks the same, so I mean, we had an advantage there with our upperclassmen, kind of, having played at Mohegan before. It just, we had to create our own energy because there's not a lot of fans here. But I just think overall we played really gritty, and, we just stuck to our defense because we can control that. Missed shots you can't always control,
Coach, what do you need to do a little bit better tomorrow night that you did not do tonight?
Make free throws for sure. We were 7 for 21. We got to the foul line, but we just missing those shots. So, hopefully, and not shoot around because we still don't get a shoot here, but hopefully we'll shoot a little bit more free throws during warmups tomorrow. But it's going to depend on who we play. I don't know who we're going to play yet. And our game plan is always different with different teams. So depending on who we play, we'll have our game plan by tomorrow. But our number one game plan is always going to be defense.
Important to get that win, their first game jitters, in the tournament. It's postseason here. It's been a while. I know you participated in last year, but back on the court here with, playing a postseason, kind of good to get that out of the way now.
It is, Eric. So, I mean, even last year and every year that we've been in, sitting in second place and coming into the tournament and having to sit out that first day. I mean, I feel like every year when we play our first game, we always have a bye. But at Mohegan, we got to at least get 45 minutes on the court a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's always that first game jitter. I think for any team in any conference tournament, it's always the same.
Final question for Coach? Hearing none. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks, Chuck.
Right.
See you guys.
See ya.
Ooh, this lighting. I love it.
Okay, we welcome in Diamond Battles from UCF. You can fire away with questions for Diamond, please.
Diamond, congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
How do you feel right now getting that first tournament win this year behind you?
Oh, it feels good, but I just know we're not finished yet. So got to stay focused. I mean, we celebrated, so now it's time to, look ahead of us, get ready for the next game.
You mentioned on the broadcast you had a chip on the shoulder. Did you think back to last year when Cincinnati knocked you out? Is that still on your veterans' minds here going into tonight?
Yes, that really hurt us. I mean, especially for our seniors last night, KK Wright and Siani. That was really hurtful for us. So we knew coming into this game that we had to do it for them and do it for ourselves. I mean, we won a lot this season for our seniors, for ourselves. We worked hard this whole season, and we just want to come out, play our way, and get what we deserve.
Diamond, it seemed like an intense game out there. A lot of people hitting the floor, a lot of people fighting for loose balls. Can you just talk about the intensity of that game?
It's conference time, so I'm at tournament time, so everybody's gonna, go out the loose balls, hustle play. So we knew that we had to win those 50-50 balls. We had to get on the floor. We had to, play defense, get rebounds, just the little things was gonna win this game. And that's what we did. It's win to go home. So whatever we can do, whatever we have to do, we're gonna do it to win.
Diamond, how does a big block, a steal, a great defensive play create some energy for your team?
My team know I love defense with like every blood cell in my body is named defense for me. So when they see me get that block, that really hype them up. That's what excites our team. We're definitely a defensive team. So defensive plays like that, really gets our mojo going. Defense creates our offense for us. So when we get steals, when we get blocks, that just really hypes us up. So just defenses for us, those plays really, turns up the intensity just a little bit. So each one keep going, the intensity just turns up and turns up and turns up.
Diamond, a couple of your teammates got in foul trouble early. Did you feel like you had to change your game a little bit when that happened?
Yeah, Brittany and Maz got in foul trouble really early. So Janaea and Destiny stepped up big time. I knew that with our pose, they were doubling, they were out. So just attacking more, drawing more fouls, getting dumps to Destiny or Janaea, just, attacking more, being more aggressive while they were out. But when they came back in, they did what they needed to do.
Playing on a court you haven't played before, how much of an adjustment was that? Obviously, you can't practice there. Coach said it was similar to Mohican, and she thought that maybe helped you, especially the veterans that had played at Mohican. But what was that like from a player standpoint?
It kind of did feel the same as Mohican, just the atmosphere and everything. Just, being a veteran, it's tournament time, what your focus have to be like, how if you're not hitting shots, the first couple of shots to adjust your shot, focus in, find something else, draw a foul, get a dump, stuff like that. Just being a veteran and playing in a tournament before, you can adjust your mind and your mindset a little bit more than the newcomers.
Time for one or two more for Diamond.
Diamond, as a team tonight, Diamond, as a team tonight, you all did not shoot free throws particularly well. I think you were 3 for 4, but can it be frustrating that just for whatever reasons, the shots don't fall?
It can be, but just being a leader, you gotta encourage your teammates. You got the next one, or just get a decent defensive stop and get it back so we can score another way. But missing a lot of free throws, that does hurt us a little bit, but we would definitely work on it.
And one more for Diamond, please.
Diamond, can you talk a little bit about playing with Alicia this year? Lish was not on the team last year. I thought she hit some big shots tonight, but how has it been playing with her this year?
It's been really fun. I mean, Alicia is a great scorer. She makes great passes. She has a great IQ. We're roommates, so we have a great bond. So just being her roommate, we just know each other. We know how to play with each other, and just seeing how she's improved from the beginning of the year is amazing. And I just can't wait to watch her grow even more.
Diamond, thanks for giving us a few minutes tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
See ya.
Okay, joined now by senior forward Amari Thomas. You can open it right up to questions for Amari, please.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes.
That's great.
Questions for Amari?
Imar, I know obviously not the result you were looking for tonight, but a chance maybe to kind of just take a look back on a season that's had a lot of challenges, whether it's been working around COVID restrictions, injuries on the team. What your team was able to kind of finish up the season with that 4-game win streak, your record-setting performance. What was it like to kind of be able to fight through that adversity and come out with a good finish in the final weeks?
It felt really good, just to kind of get some wins under our belt going into conference tournament. And, especially for the young ones, just for them to be able to feel that getting road wins. Like, I felt like that was really good.
You personally, obviously that 51-point performance, a couple weeks ago. Have you kind of started to think about where you fit into this program historically and what your time here has meant?
I think about it, sometimes casually. I definitely say I left my mark, and I feel like I, was able to leave a place, better than I found it, and do some good things here. So I definitely think about that all the time. I mean, I've been so blessed. I know I'm up there with some greats. So blessed.
Mari, sorry, it's a little loud here. As a senior veteran, going out and seeing the girls, Caitlin Wilson and Milan and Aram and all them stepping up, what message do you have for them going into next season, seeing how well they were able to perform with you these last couple weeks?
Just to use that confidence and know that you always playing with unfinished business. I mean, this is a championship level program, and that should be what this program is aiming for. I mean, it's really a culture thing here, and just knowing that our culture should always be here, win or lose.
Amari, we've asked some of the student athletes, this question just about kind of the journey that you've had to go through this season, right? One that's full of, aside from the challenges on the court that a season presents anyway, this one's pretty been unlike any other, I imagine, with what you've had to go through off the court just to get a chance to play. And so what have you taken away from this year, and whether it's been rewarding or whether it was worth the effort, or what you've been able to take away from this year?
Never take any moment for granted. I mean, any given day you could be on a shutdown or your game could be canceled. So just really giving it your all every day and knowing that there is no tomorrow. I mean, I feel like that should be something that's just carried on even post-pandemic, that every single game, everything that you're doing should be 110% because you never know if you have it tomorrow.
And any other questions for Amari? Amari, thanks so much for your time tonight, and congratulations to you on a terrific season.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Amari.
Okay, we welcome now head coach Michelle Clark-Hurd. Coach, thanks for joining us. Can we just get your initial thoughts on the game, please?
Just credit to UCF. We battled and tried to do some things. Just we turned the ball over too much, and they really got us on the boards. That was a struggle for us, and something that if we had it cleaned up, we were still in the game there at times, but those were the things that really hurt us.
We'll open up to questions now for Coach. Just feel free to fire away with your questions.
Coach, there's no question that this year has really been Imari's season, from her Player of the Year award to, her record a few weeks ago. But it seems like as your team has built momentum here in the late stages of the year, the story has been, the rest of your team, kind of catching up with her and becoming big contributors. And we saw that tonight again. Caitlin Wilson with 13 points, nearly a double-double from Jillian Hayes. But you have to be excited about the future of this program with what your young players have been able to do stepping up.
Well, I think that's what it's all about. Like you're supposed to grow during this season, and as you say, just with the pandemic and everything, all the injuries that we had, I'm really proud of our growth. But it's just a tough way to lose and finish out. Understanding and knowing that it's over. There's no postseason. There's nothing for us. The hardest part for me is with Imari. And not knowing, her future and what that's going to be. It's tough for me because as a coach, you always want to have your seniors go out in style.
Coach, Imari kind of touched on this a moment ago, but with this just being a very different season in college sports and all the challenges that it's thrown at everybody, both on the court and off the court, you think the opportunity is there? Obviously, with adversity can come, the ability to build character in the long term. Is this something that, your coaching staff, your athletes can kind of look at and maybe be better for it over the long term?
Oh, definitely, 100%. I want to give a ton of credit to the medical staff and everyone that allowed us to get through this season. We were very fortunate. We didn't, we had a little pause there earlier before the season got started. And other than that, we were able to test, and our kids were, doing the things that they need to do and staying in the bubble, and we were able to play. And although, the record didn't speak for, how well we wanted to do, we grew in so many situations. And, I grew as a coach. I grew, I think we all grew as people and individuals, understanding and knowing the sacrifices that these amazing student athletes went through. And I give a lot of credit to everyone that's involved in what we had to do. And to my staff, man, I'm just grateful for them, my assistant coaches and the support staff, because this was a lot. If you haven't, people on the outside looking in, I don't think they really understand what the student athletes had to go through to be able to get on the court and play. So this is very tough, a very tough loss, as I said, because our season is now over. But when I look back, I'm just so proud of this group and how they brought everything that they could every single day to put us in this position to be able to even get here today.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, Coach, thanks so much for giving us a few
All
minutes.
right, thank you.
Thank you, Coach.